Assalamu alaikum, welcome to my channel Crochet with Zara. Today I am going to show you how to crochet this granny hexagon cardigan for 9 to 10 years kid. If you are a beginner or a crochet pro, you are in for some fun and cozy crafting session. Let's get hooked on creating stylish and comfy cardigan together. But before, if you are new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you can get notified and share this video with your friends and family. Welcome to the part 1. For this cardigan, hexagon granny cardigan, we need this 4 ply rainbow yarn. This is 4 ply yarn, and the hook I will be using for this project is 5.5 mm, and measuring tape and scissor. Um, and this ball weighs 200 grams. I initially thought that two balls of this 200 grams would be sufficient for me, but I was wrong. Uh, I have just completed one side of the hexagon granny square for the sleeves as well as the front and back. Just take a look. And I have used entire 200 grams of yarn to create this one side. Consequently, I have ordered another ball since we need to make the back, the extend the length of the cardigan and include ribbing section. All required additional yarn, so I have ordered another ball. I ordered it from online store. Now let's get started. Uh, I begin from this point, gradually increasing the rounds until reaching the 13th round. Um, as a result, the cardigan now has a 6 sides: one, two, three, 4, 5, and this will be our sixth side. So let's begin with a magic circle. I will just take the yarn from the inner side. Actually, the granny hexagon granny has 6 sides, while the traditional granny square typically has 4 sides. To create a magic ring, just grab the yarn. Uh, um, in the left hand, take the end, longer length, and wrap the yarn into your fingers in such a way that forms an X. Now take the crochet hook and go under the bottom thread. Grab the top thread and pull it through. Then chain yarn over and the working chain and chain 1. And after that, it will secure your magic circle. Gently remove the fingers. Here's your magic circle. Now chain 2, 1 and 2. Total of 3 chains. Counting it as a double crochet, add 2 more double crochets, yarn over, pulling up the loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2. Cluster of 3 double crochets, generally known as granny stitch. Chain 1 and make another cluster or granny stitch. Chain 1, another granny stitch. We have to make total of 6 granny stitches into this circle. Chain 1, chain 1, now count the granny stitches: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and other chain 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chain 1 will be over corners in every granny stitch. I have done total of 6 granny stitches with the chain 1 in between. Chain 1 space will be over corner. If you prefer, you can choose to do chain of 2 in between. It's entirely up to you, and whether you work for a chain 1 or 2 of corners, it doesn't really matter and doesn't impact our pattern. Now that I have reached the beginning, count the clusters. If there are 6, go ahead and pull the yarn to close the magic circle. Slip stitch chain 1, slip stitch into the chain 3 to join the round, and this is over round 1. We have just completed over round 1. You can see that it forms a circle. Now what we have to do it, we have to make a chain of 3 and turn your work. And now make 2 double crochets into the space, chain 1 space. I am moving to the next chain 1 space without chaining 1, as we have to create a chain 1 in every corner. Chain 1 and into the same space another granny stitch. Now I am again proceeding to the next chain 1 space without chaining 1. Make a cluster of 3 double crochets, chain 1 and another cluster into the same space. Now move to the next chain 1 space without chaining 1 and make 2 clusters of double crochets with chain 1 in between. Chain 1 and move to the next chain 1 space without chaining 1. Make a granny stitch or cluster of 3 double crochets. Chain 1 and another granny stitch into the same space. Move to the next. Chain 1 and granny stitch into the same space. And this is our first corner. Chain 1 and slip stitch into the first chain, chain 3 to join the circle. Now you can see this completes our granny hexagon as it has 6 sides 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now for each round follow the same pattern as before. Increase cluster in every chain 1 space, and which will be our corners. I will show you another round to make it easier for you to understand. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and turn. The second cluster of this corner, we will make the second cluster of this corner at the end. Now this is our side, so we are making granny stitch without chaining 1 as we have to do chain 1 only in the corner. Now move to the corner. Chain 1 and now another side, we have reached the second side. Again without chain 1 make a granny stitch. Now make a cluster into the next corner, chain 1 and make a granny stitch without chain 1 on the side of the hexagon, and we have reached the next corner. make a granny stitch, chain 1 and chain 1 and as we reach over next corner, make 2 granny stitches with the chain 1 in between to increase in corner, chain 1 and granny stitch into the same, and this was our first corner. We made only one granny stitch. Now another granny stitch is going to make, I am going to make chain 1 and join with slip stitch to complete the round. If we just fold it in a this, it will look like this. If we fold it in a way, just I folded the one side of the cardigan, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 sides. Okay, now complete a total of 13 rounds following the same pattern to achieve the desired shape and size. Okay, I will meet after making the 13th row. I have completed my 13 rows, ending with a half finished corner, and there's one side I haven't crocheted, that side. At that point, my 13th round completes, but I haven't crocheted this side. Now I'm gonna show you how I fold the hexagon granny cardigan. To make an L, just put a stitch marker where my 13th rounds complete, and following the same side, put a stitch marker here. I place the stitch marker at the end of this side and folded them to meet each other. To make an L. Now this is my side where I am going to crochet, where I am, and this is the side where I am going to crocheting. Just make a cluster, one cluster. Normally in the corner we make two clusters with the chain one in between, but at this point I am going to make one cluster. Now grab that sides, parallel side, and normally uh, we do chain one, but at this point I am going to slip stitch in the uh, corner parallel to this side, and I will count it as my chain 1. Now make an cluster in the same corner. Just remember one thing, that this point will be our sleeve, and we are going to increase our sleeve, so it must be folded in a way that the 13th round completes at the sleeve side, and this will be our front and back panel. Front and back panel, and this side will be our sleeves. Now make a slip stitch in the base and make a cluster in that side. In this way we will join our leaves. This is actually the joining method. Now make a slip stitch and make a cluster to that side. Now slip stitch and make a cluster. Actually, we are finishing the remaining side to complete the 13th row. Simultaneously, on the other side, we are stitching the sleeve to join it parallelly with the overall sleeve section. Now instead of chaining one and join, I am going to slip stitch into that corner, and now I will join with slip stitch in the chain 3. Now over. Now this part we crocheted as well as we joined them. Instead of making the whole 13th round and joining it in by single crochet or slip stitch, we will join simultaneously. Now you can see